Well, Liam, what we know is that drugs of all kinds are essentially bad news, both for the individuals, but for society at large, and particularly for young people. And while obviously cannabis, we've seen changes in legislation in other countries, the experience has been mixed. As the Prime Minister said on the media earlier today, our view is that illicit drugs of all kinds are very bad, and we want to see them removed from society as much as we possibly can. Now, that means we have to have a twin-track approach. We have to have heavy and ruthless enforcement against those who supply the drugs, which is what we've been doing quite successfully, for example, on county lines over the last couple of years, with 1,500 lines closed, 7,500 people arrested. Importantly, 4,000 people rescued from being victimized in this particular trade. But at the same time, we have to recognize at the sharp end that those who are addicted to heroin and crack, and very often they start on cannabis, that those who are addicted to heroin and crack are punished for their crimes if they commit crimes, but critically also that they are treated for their addiction to make sure that they don't offend again. On the third strand, though, of the plan is to say to those people who are casually, without thought, taking drugs and not connecting their drug usage with the violence and degradation we see in the supply chain to get their cocaine or whatever it is to them, we need to connect them to that, and there needs to be some consequence that makes them change their behaviour.
Are these new plans, Minister, an admission that up until now the Tories, your party, you've been in government a long time, either in coalition or with a majority, that so far you've been too soft on drugs?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a recognition that drugs has changed. Liam, you're obviously by background a financial journalist, and one of the things we recognise in the drugs industry is that it's done to make money, to make profit, right? This is a business. And what we saw over the first half of the last decade was a decline in drug usage. Now, that business, that industry reacted like any industry would. It produced a better product, made it cheaper, found new ways to distribute it, opened new markets through county lines, using technology to market their product. Now, we became concerned about the numbers 2 or 3 years ago. We commissioned Dame Carol Black to look at this issue from a comprehensive point of view. Alongside, we started our work on county lines to throw that industry back into its box, and also our ADDA projects at particularly the sharp end of heroin and crack addiction in places like Blackpool and Middlesbrough and Norwich, where they've got particular problems. That's all now coming together in this 10-year strategy with significant extra funding to try and make a difference on these numbers. Now, that is a reaction to a change in the market, to a change in the way that industry operates. And I hope we'll see the benefits in the years to come.